Let's go straight across to our correspondents, Preeti Chaudhary joining us, as well as Dr. Sandeep Shastri, Vice Chancellor, Jagran Lake City University, to give us a sense of what those polling figures mean. But first you, Preeti, you're there at the Sabarmati riverfront. We've seen the Prime Minister's road show, which went on for several hours across virtually every constituency of Ahmedabad. What is the sense that you're getting? Is this a sign that the BJP is worried? Or is it that they just want to consolidate their hold, especially in Ahmedabad, where they got 17 out of the 21 seats last time?
Well, it's classic BJP playbook, Rajdeep. You'd know that better. To go the whole hog, it is the final chapter. But, you were talking about the voting percentage there. 2017, the first phase stood at 68%. Right now, today, it's clocking in close to 60%. Where Saurashtra is concerned, I would reckon, and Mr. Shastri would be able to add, that there could be a point of worry for the Bharatiya Janata Party in areas like Rajkot, Jamnagar, Bhavnagar, strong urban pockets of Saurashtra where usually the BJP has done well. The voting percentage being recorded there is rather low. Botad, for example, is only 51%. The BJP was hoping that there'd be, maximum number of people who'd go out and vote there. We were trying to speak to some of, the local leaders here, and there is a sense of concern on what's gone down in Saurashtra. Now, how much, it will affect the second phase, which is on the 5th of December, we'll only know, when, the polling happens. But the sense that we could get on ground, Rajdeep, is, yes, definitely the BJP would want to consolidate in the second phase. 61 seats in central Gujarat. They're very, very strong here. Lots of urban pockets. 32 in North Gujarat go to vote in the second phase. Out of that, in 2017, 18 were taken by the Congress. Only 14 went to the BJP. The BJP would want to correct that math. So, yes, one, the sheer fact of Ahmedabad, they want to better their tally where Ahmedabad is concerned. Of the 21, they want to, maximize that. But on the other hand, where optics are concerned, the optics of a groundswell of sorts is what we saw right now in that 50-kilometer road stretch of that road show. I've never covered a road show like that. I haven't even heard of a road show which goes on for 3 hours. So yes, they'd want the optics to also carry forward going into the second phase, which the BJP would hope to consolidate on.
Sandeep Shastri, it's the optics of a road show, but the reality of a relatively moderate turnout. Now, what does that mean? Does a moderate turnout, should it be worry for the ruling party, or should it be worry for a seemingly divided opposition in what could be, for the first time, at least in a long time, a potentially three-cornered race or three-cornered fights in some parts of Gujarat? What does a relatively lower turnout mean in psephological terms?
Rajdeep, one of the unresolved dilemmas of voting behavior is the absence of empirical proof that low or high voting turnout favors ruling or opposition party. But let me just make 2 points as I see what has happened today. If today actually saw a low voter turnout, I think the question that would be raised is, does it reflect a sense of dissatisfaction, complacency among the voters who have consistently voted for the ruling party? After all these years of the party being in power, does it reflect a dissatisfaction? Does it reflect a complacency? On the other hand, has the challenger not been strong enough, or has the challenger's attempt not been enough to be able to get the voters out? I think, Rajdeep, the question would be, would, if the silent have spoken, would it have been very different from the voice that is being heard? So for me, given the past studies we have done on Gujarat, especially the governance study, there is a high level of dissatisfaction, which does not mean that there is a vote against the ruling party. So I think this high level, this dissatisfaction which may be there in a segment of the voters, and the complacency which may be there in another segment of voters, may have actually contributed to this lower voter turnout, along with, as I said, the inability of the challenger to be able to mobilize people to come out and vote. Okay. I think, as I see it now, this is what seems to be the trend for me at least.
So what you are saying, and let me get it very succinctly from you, what you are saying, a low voter turnout doesn't necessarily mean either anti-incumbency, nor does it suggest pro-incumbency. It just suggests who was more effective. The party which was most effective in getting its voters out, presumably will have an advantage. Am I correct?
You are absolutely right in saying that, Rajdeep. But I would add the rider to that, that when a ruling party has been in power for a long period of time, a low voter turnout could be an alarm bell, because it may be a sign of dissatisfaction. It could be a sign of complacency. It also should worry the opposition, because it means that if the voter turnout is not high, they have not been able to bring out voters on the questions that they raised.
Okay, let's leave it there. I appreciate your joining us, Professor Shastri, there on what's happened today on day one of this battle for Gujarat. Now,